she wasn't, her family wasn't really liked among the English, or the, you know what I mean, the indigenous society that.
What were those tribes? Yeah, I'm trying to think of her tribal name, but anyways, continue.
But what happened was is they were betrayed by the freaking Romans, and when her and her daughters and her husband spoke out against it, they murdered her husband in front of her, and then raped her and her daughters in front of afterwards.
Yeah,
And,
that would be enough to want to seek a little revenge.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and she fought all the way to her death, man. She was an Essex girl. That's how I'm supposed to
What did they
pronounce
do?
it.
Did they draw and quarter her in the end, or
No, she died in battle, I believe. Well,
oh, did she?
they
That was
really
really
don't know. I shouldn't say that. They don't really
nice.
they really don't have a specific history about her. So they,
Braveheart, well, definitely drawn and quartered.
yeah. Well,
So the story. Hey,
he
look,
could also be the father of the royal family during that time period, because the one woman who was the princess who married into that, uh, she was married to a homosexual, and that that guy didn't produce a child, or wouldn't have produced a child. Now there's suspicions that she actually had an affair. She was a French girl. She had an affair with him, William Wallace.
oh yeah.
So that could have been the heir for the throne.
That's fascinating. I wonder if Mel Gibson was aware of this. Did he cover that in his movie at all?
He I really don't know what he did when it comes to that movie. I know that he was more.
Well, he's been doing interviews lately, making the podcast rounds, and in fact, well, he was on Joe Rogan's show just in the last couple of week or so. His multi-million-dollar Hollywood mansion burnt to the ground.
Yeah, that sucks.
So, and what I was talking about earlier with all the swimming pools that they have there, they could easily. I don't understand why people didn't have these contingency plans. Living is where they do, especially, they could have had gas power, these generators running, and doused down their houses, their roofs, and the general vicinity. Even drain their pools, and made the environment
Safe.
wet enough that the fires
So
would
you
have had.
saying everybody has got hose pipes in their houses?
They have what?
Hose pipes.
Everybody's got hose pipes and everybody's got generators, gas generators, or petrol
No, I'm saying.
generators in the
Oh, what
houses.
I'm saying with those that kind of real estate, especially that so many do have in that region, that they could easily have had just a minor contingency plan, so that they could have drained their pools, used who knows how many gallons, probably thousands of gallons of water they could have been sprayed through multiple hoses. They could have had 2 or 3 generators set up, and working. You'd have to, you want to time things. Obviously, you don't want the water out too soon, but get it running, and have it, fighting back the fires, along with dousing, your house and the general vicinity. You could even, if you're smart, go out and rake back and clean off the brush on the perimeter of your property, so that the fire can't make its way up any further, because it's
kind
fire
of
friendly.
it's kind of telling on California, though. I think me and you had this conversation before, and Mark, I think, might have even talked with us about it. But like, California doesn't do shit when it comes to clearing off their land. You know what I mean? I mean, they've got all of these, like, they warn people all the time about forest fires, and they end up getting forest fires, and they never do anything. You know what I mean? They've never freaking done anything to protect their brush. Like up in Portland, Oregon, and in Washington State, they're real big about that, clearing off freaking dead wood and shit like that. They just do not do it in California at all.
That was one of the top of the list issues with what unfolded transpired via Jasper as well. That could have, they talk taking preventative action. Is not so really, hundreds of millions of dollars, with these departments, government agencies and departments, and all for what?
Nothing.
God only knows.
They squander the money. They squander.
Yeah. And it's really quite something. But Mel himself, Mad Mel, has been making the podcast interview rounds via the circuit. So I was thinking that we should get you, Roger, to reach out to him
Man.
see if you like to sail the high digital seas with
do it with
Jackie
Sonya,
and,
dude.
Yeah.
Have Sonya do
I'm
it.
joking.
Have Sonya
I'm
do
joking,
it.
obviously.
Have Sonya do
Yeah.
it.
Well, maybe Sonya, she wouldn't she?
Yeah. She's over in Arizona. She's just down the street. Let her.
She would. I wouldn't put it past. She'd reach out to anybody.
She's talking about coming and kidnapping me in Illinois. Just tell her to go kidnap his ass.
She hasn't so far. Actually, no. She's got a few people she's brought to the table that we've got too. We got. Okay, top of the list from her end is Jeff. Is it Jeff Wills? His name is her ex hubby, who he's a ufologist. We got a lot of ufology people that are potentially going to be joining us. We don't want at least one ufology feature show per month would be reasonable, but we'd like to kind of mix it up a little too, obviously, as time goes on here. So but what I like to see, because I gotta have to lunch soon, and I'm sure everyone has other things to do themselves, but the California, zoom in if you would, using this technology. Let's see what Los Angeles and
Oh hell yeah! I never even thought about that. You're right.
Yeah. Let's get
Do LA.
have some real drama there.
I hate Los Angeles, to be honest with you. I mean, that's probably the reason why I had to spend quality time in LA, and it sucks.
What did you live there for a while?
I was homeless in Los Angeles, dude.
Why were you homeless in LA?
Because I was drunk.
Trying to make it in the movie business.
No, I was drunk and high all the time. That's why.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
taking wooden nickels from strange old men that would sidle up to you.
You got all your good money, dude, at the shopping centers. When they came out with their groceries, you helped them load it into their trunks, and then you asked them for some change after you did it.
Yeah.
And
how'd that turn out?
You make good money, dude. You'd be amazed.
That's cool. So you just approached it with, would you like some help getting these into your vehicle?
Into your trunk, yeah. And you load them into the trunk, and you ask them for change after you're done. Some of times you didn't even have to ask; they just handed them to you. Handed it to you, being nice. Now that's the smart way of doing it. You had a lot of idiots. Don't get me wrong, but like I learned how to do it the smart way.
Did you ever have any return customers?
I wouldn't call them return customers. It's just you knew people that were coming to the store on a regular basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So how hot? First of all, how did you end up all the way from find yourself in that part of the country as compared to Illinois? And secondly, because I'm assuming West Frankfort is your hometown.
Yeah, it's my entire family's hometown. But like this, when I say hometown, this is where my grandparents, my aunt, my uncles, or my aunts and uncles all lived. And my dad was like a traveling gypsy. So from the time growing up, from the time I was born until I hit 18. I had lived in Wisconsin, where my dad's family is, in Illinois, Georgia, back to Illinois, to Florida, then back to Illinois, back to Georgia, back to Florida, then over to Arizona. Moved from Arizona back to frickin' West Frankfort. And
What sort of work did your father
my dad was a dairyman.
engage in?
He was a dairyman.
Oh, he was the traveling milkman.
Yep, that's what it was. He and when I say dairyman, he was actually working on the dairy milking cows, not the actual like milkman delivering milk.
No, I'm sorry. He would deliver milk, or
No.
just jerking off those teats all day.
Jerking off those teats all day. That's what he
Wow.
did. So.
That's-
So
Okay.
we lived dairy to dairy all the way growing up, and then when I hit 18, by the time I hit 18, I was out the door at the age of 19, and I moved to Kansas City. I bounced back and forth from Kansas City a couple times, and then from Kansas City, I ended up moving to California, and from California, I went back to Kansas City, and then to Evansville, Indiana, and then from Evansville, Indiana, back home.
Wow, so you a little bit of the gypsy blood in your spirit as well.
You know, that and shitloads of drugs.
Why did you take that route, do you think? What happened there? Curiosity?
Just, you know, when I was growing up, frickin', I wasn't very interested in doing the same things that ordinary kids did. Like, I didn't find any real use in,
Hobbies?
well, not just hobbies, but like, you know, most kids frickin' they would get into sports. I love playing sports, don't get me wrong, but I never like got into it. You know what I mean? I never took an interest.
Did your parents support you?
My parents were just my parents. You know what I'm saying? It was never.
Well, did they support you and encouraging you to get more into the things that you were drawn to, like sports?
It was get your ass to school or I'm gonna whoop it. It was you.
What's that?
It was get your ass to school. I'm gonna whoop the shit out of you. That's what it was.
Oh, really?
It was like, fucking, you ain't staying home, you little bastard. Yeah, I mean, all these kids today, freaking, they're lucky, you know. Like, how dare you skip school? Fucking, I got butt whipping. I only skipped school 3 times in my entire life, and I got caught once, and I got my ass whooped for it. Yeah.
Wow.
And back when I was growing up, when you skipped school, you didn't come home. You didn't sit in front of a freaking television playing video games until your parents got home, dude. You know what would happen if my parents caught me skipping school?